everybody, this is Micaityl, as you may call me, and welcome back to Higurashi When They Cry Watanagashi. Today I have short news for you all. This won't take long, but after, 2 weeks of not having a Higurashi episode, I finally noticed there's a bit of pattern between all the Higurashi episodes. So after every 2 weeks, I upload another episode of Higurashi, which is kind of consistent, because I'm really not that consistent. That's kind of consistent for me, but I'm going to try my best to do one Higurashi per week now, so that I could get through all the games to get, kind of caught up. Like, I will never get fully caught up with Higurashi, since, who knows how long I will have to take for to get through chapter 6, which is apparently on the official American Steam releases of the game. So it might take a while, but I'll try to be more consistent than 2 weeks. So let's just begin. Oh boy. AKA, it took me 2 weeks to recover from the last one, so these are going to be a lot more funny. After dinner, without the energy to watch TV, I climbed into the futon in my bedroom and let my head be overtaken by gloomy thoughts. I told Rika-chan everything and anything. She had seemed trustworthy at the time, but had that been really the right choice? The more I looked back on it, the less I understood what Rika-chan was saying. Not only did she know about Takano-san and Toмотaki-san's deaths, but she spoke of them as if she were a concerned party. After all this time, in my futon, I began to tremble fiercely. Had I been lured in by Rika-chan's sweet smile and told her things I shouldn't have? I should have continued to feign ignorance. I shouldn't have shown her such a weak side of me. My emotions are a mix of regret and fear, and colored the darkness of the night with the additional layer of terror. Suddenly, a knock. I might have yelped. That's how surprised I was. Keiichi! I've been calling your name for a while! You have a phone call! It's from Shonozaki-san. Oh, it was his dad. Dang it, I should have done... never mind. It was Dad. I reached out for the cordless phone through the gap in my door. Shonozaki-san? Which one? The older sister or the younger? I don't know. Ask her yourself. I took the receiver and buried myself in my futon again. Hello? Mion? Where's the Shion? It's me, Shion. Good evening. I practically jumped out of the bed. It was Shion, who I hoped so desperately would call me back again last night. Shion, sorry about last night. I got all riled up. I heard what sounded like a deep sigh on the other end. You and me are in the same position, aren't we? I shouldn't have blamed you for everything like that. I'm sorry. So please cheer up. I called you because I'm in a better mood. If you're sorry, then I'll forgive you, so please stop apologizing. Shion's tone still sounded a little angry, but for the moment, she said she'd forgive me. You're right, too. We're tied to the same fate. Making sure the other is alright is the only way to guarantee our own safety. Yeah, I agree. We absolutely need to share whatever information we have, so that we don't die like Takano-san and Toмотaki-san did. I forced myself to swallow a solid drop of saliva. Mix up the voices! I keep on doing that. I keep on messing up the voices. Well, I can't really tell who's talking because there's no character on the screen or no indication of who was saying what, so... Then, let's continue from where we left off. You will listen without getting angry this time, right? Yeah. I'll be fine. Firstly, it seems like sneaking into the ritual storehouse was more of a taboo than we thought. Takano-san and Toмотaki-san's miserable ends, terrible enough that you will call them a warning. They were more than enough to make me believe that. The corporates killed those two, the ones responsible for stealing the storehouse, and they'll come for us next. I know you wanted to deny that, but please accept that. It'll be too late to believe me after you disappeared, okay? I got it. You can never be too careful after all. I don't want to accept it either. You think that sneaking a peek at the Museum of Torture Devices deserves a death like that? I don't want to believe it. That's what a taboo is. For those who honor it, if one breaks the taboo, no matter how small or innocent their intentions were, they wouldn't be forgiven. Let's report anything we notice that seems strange. If we connect all the tiny pieces that we have, then just maybe we'll find out who killed them, or maybe even the truth behind the incidents of the previous years. You could find the key that will resolve everything. You're right. You're right about that. All I was doing is waiting in fear, but she had already thought that far ahead. Given how trustworthy she felt, I felt embarrassed over how passive I was being. Then I'll start, since I suggested it. I feel like somebody's been watching me lately. What? It might be my imagination, but I'll tell you anyway. I think it's just me, but if you feel like you're being watched too, Kei-chan, then maybe it's not just my imagination. Well, don't worry. At the very least, everything's been fine with me. For me, I think. As I spoke with Shion, I thought back on today. I had no grounds to say anything that everything was fine. I see. Then I suppose it was my imagination. But you be careful too, Kei-chan. Be especially careful when you're by yourself in public. I'm in Okonomiya, so I won't be alone very often, but you live in Himizawa. There will be a lot of times you will be alone. Please be extra careful. You're right. Yeah, I'll be careful. Also, about my sister. Has she been acting strange lately? Your sister? Oh, Mion, right? What do you mean by acting strangely? Well, yesterday, she came to me and asked me where I was on the night of the Watanagashi. What? That's what she asked me too. The day before yesterday, I think. Mion asked me. I see. I told her I wasn't there. What did you say? I did the same thing. I just dodged the question. Both of us gave a quiet sigh of relief. Ever since the night of the festival, my sister has been acting strangely. We can't be too careful, so just be aware, okay? Mion was acting strangely. Aside from her asking me about the night of the Watanagashi, she hadn't seemed too out of the ordinary. At least from my point of view. Her twin sister, though, was saying that she was acting weird. Maybe it was such a slight chance that a stranger like me wouldn't be able to notice. Got it. I'll start being careful. I'll always have Rena with me on my way back from school, so I wouldn't end up alone with Mion very often. Please, be careful. If there's anything that's bothering you, you could tell me. Alright. Ooh, things are getting intense! Okay, then is there anything you want to tell me, Kei-chan? My turn. That's right. Maybe I should report on Oishi-san asking me the same question in the library. Oh, that time you were too slow to escape? Yeah. Oishi-san asked me pretty forcefully whether I was with Takano-san and Tomitake-san that night, and whether I had seen you. Oishi-san seemed to have seen the four of us together. From the police's point of view, that will make us the last people who had seen them. I suppose, given that it's only natural they'd be interested in us. I evaded the questions then, too, but that might have just made them more interested. There was no way I could have tricked that sly old fox Uishi-san. My troubled countenance, English! Would have only made him more certain. Hey Shion, sister to please, shouldn't we just tell them? I mean, considering our situation, I think having them on our side would be a good thing. Shion didn't answer right away. For a few moments, all I could hear was her breathing as she thought about it. Now that I think about it, Oishi said there was something possibly shady about Mion. At least, that's what I think he said. Yeah, he definitely did. As I explained yesterday, the Sonozaki family holds a lot of influence over Himizawa. Oishi is under the impression that the whole village with the Sonozaki family is at the center of it all is responsible for the recurrent freak deaths. The whole village is behind them, with the Sonozaki family at the center? Please don't get angry like you did yesterday and just listen. I hammered that home before I got too upset. Well, they are a mafia family. They're kind of like one. During the Himizawa Dam Wars, the breeze who everyone was anticipating to lead the anti-dam movement has acted as though he was unrelated, so the Sonozaki main house rose up to take charge. My sister told you all about the battles that happened, right? Yeah. All Himizawa got together and fought as one. They held protests and brought it to court, and even appeared on TV. In reality, there were many things that happened that were far more extreme. Under the surface, the Sonozaki main house was doing all sorts of illegal things to oppose it. They were acting illegally? For example, they will sneak into the construction site in the middle of the night and steal equipment, or break it, or put in sugar cubes and gasoline tanks of their construction vehicles. Sugar in the gasoline tanks? Why would they? You don't know? It's practically the representative guerrilla tactic. It was used by underground organizations in France in World War II for one. When you put sugar in, the engine gets burned out and breaks down. That's pretty bad though, isn't it? It was destruction of property, nothing else. Less. When they beat up the guard at the construction facility, the family turned into attacking the important construction personnel who worked there. The government official who'd been given permission for the construction, for example, received all kinds of threats. Not just from people from the prefectural office either. Apparently it reached as far as the Ministry of Construction. As far as I heard, they even kidnapped this child once. Kidnapped? Ooh. Yes. The child of an important person in the Ministry of Construction who was in charge of the Hinizawa Dam got spirited away. Then one day, all of a sudden, he was rescued in the Takasutko Mountains, which are upstream from Hinizawa. Apparently, there was never any criminal accusations, but people whispered that it had been a threat to stop the dam construction from happening. Besides that, there are stories about so many different threats that I couldn't possibly list them all. Wow. That's sort of bad, isn't it? Right in the middle of the whole thing, the first incident happened. That's when dismemberment of the construction manager occurred. People whispered that the Sonozaki family had brought out the principal offender, but of course, he fled and they still haven't found him. Would you put it that way? The Sonozaki family definitely seems suspicious. Oishi-san even seems to think that the criminal was a race so he wouldn't talk, which is pretty reasonable of him. It's even enough to make me think that the Sonozaki main house is doing some really shady things behind the scenes, even though I'm related to them. Are you telling me to believe that? That the Sonozaki main house, where Mion lives, has done all of those bad things? You're telling me to believe it? And if you don't, Kei-chan, the villagers do. While they oppose the dam upright and lawful ways, the Sonozaki house did the dirty work for them. Everyone believes that they fought for the front, so they take the brunt of the criticism. So they're respected as the sort of heroes of darkness. I think I only really know one part of it. For example, the really bad stuff like the kidnapping. I think only a handful of people even know about it, including Grandma. The Sonozaki family is secretive after all. Secretive? Huh. A family so unforthcoming that even Shion, who is related to them, doesn't know everything about them. The Sonozaki family, unlike Shion, her older twin Mion, was deeply involved with everything, and that was not a fun thought to entertain. My sister, though young, was the one who acted as the center of legal resistance movement. Mion was? What do you mean? Well, her dad is a big shot Yakuza. Even when she was little, my sister managed to subjugate a bunch of young street rats. Then she played them all sorts of tricks on them and generally got in their way. Mion did that? Mion did that? Now she's pretty laid back, so it might be hard to imagine. They put her in charge of everything from property damage to threats and even acts of violence. But since she was a kid, they could get her released pretty easily. She learned that her age could be used as a weapon. It may have been indiscreet, but I couldn't help but chuckle dryly. She may have been young, but she certainly was still Mion. Even back then, she had already known for her craftiness. Craftiness. English! It's nothing to laugh about! Please, take this seriously. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Shion got pretty angry at me. Well, her delusion soon got her into a position of authority in the Sonozaki main house. It's not unthinkable that Uishi suspects him for the dismemberment incident and later ones too. For a few moments, I was dumbstruck at the tales of Mion's past. None of them matched the image I had of her. A younger Mion, dirtying her hands with all sorts of crimes, giving the dam construction project hell. As a successor to the Sonozaki main family, she was always right at the center of the vortex of strange incidents occurring year after year. Was that really the Mion I know? Maybe the one I know isn't the real Mion. I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't bring myself to accept these images of Mion that I was hearing from another person. Well, back to the main subject. I just want you to know that my sister is someone worth being cautious around. Please, be careful. I didn't want to understand. Mion was a fantastic friend. She would never do something to back me into a corner like that. She did ask me pretty harshly about the night of the festival, but even that, it wasn't like she said that in a mean way or anything. Alright. I'll make sure to be careful. We're sisters related by blood, but within the Sonozaki family, we're basically of different class. I want you to recognize how distant they are from me. Please. The more Shion tells me about Mion, the less I understand who Mion is. Wow, my webcam's really pointing up. 1 second. There you go. That's a lot better. Oh my god, that feels a lot better to be further down on the screen. I don't look so short, finally! The Mion I know wasn't a dangerous person. She joked around, smiled a lot, and was full of passion. Now that I realize such a view towards her, Shion was telling me to change it. To be careful around the best friend ever. To doubt her. That idea was really sad and painful. Now, about Oishi. If you think it's a good idea, then I just think we should give him the information he needs. I think getting the police on our side will work in our favor. You thought so too, Shion. It's just, at the moment, like I explained, the police have their eyes on the Sonozaki family already. Oishi in particular completely believes that they're the masterminds behind the serial incidents. That includes me, of course. So, I don't really want to do much with Oishi. I see. If Oishi-san found out about the Sonozaki family's strifeful history, then he probably wouldn't be really happy with Shion either. At least, understand Mion's instinctive dislike for the Oishi-san. He's probably out in the open at this point, but try not to give my name to him. If you agree to that, then I don't think there is a problem with you telling him anything. I got it. I won't mention your name. The police investigative ability should be quite a reliable weapon for us right now. If Oishi tells you anything interesting, then let me know as well. Yeah, of course. We'll share information and investigate together. Who killed Takano-san and Tomitake-san? Who was after us? Until we know, we need to defend ourselves. Anything else? Besides what Oishi told you, I mean. If anything has happened, no matter how minor, please tell me. Besides from my discussion with Oishi-san? Oh. Shall I tell her that I revealed everything to Rika-chan? Rika-chan was acting like she knew something I didn't. She told me to leave it to her. But what? That's right. When I was talking to her, I mentioned Shion's name too. Was that a mistake? I felt like Shion would get angry. Nothing else? Kei-chan. I remained silent for quite a while, so Shion encouraged me to speak, unable to bear the silence. As I struggled what to say, Shion addressed me instead. It doesn't sound like it, so I could ask you English! It doesn't sound like it, so can I ask you something? I just heard this myself. Is it true that Old Man Kimiyoshi went missing? The Old Man Kimiyoshi? My gut told me that was the name of the mayor. You mean the mayor? Wait, Shion, you haven't heard? I don't know anything! I just overheard my dad talking about it on the phone again. I realized I shouldn't have said that. Here in Himizawa, the things that happened around this time, when Oshima-sama's curse would recur, would all be covered up. Ooh, that was a weird way of reading, sorry that. Yeah, actually, last night after a meeting, he didn't come home, so all Himizawa was confused. They searched all through the village, But if they found him, then I haven't heard. The police should be searching for him as well. Why didn't you tell me something like that? The screen shaking confused. Sorry, I got distracted. Why didn't you tell me something like that important? Right. That was a disgusting sound. Why didn't you tell me something that important right away? She shouted angrily at me, bringing all her emotion to bear. Sorry, I thought you already knew. I didn't want to hide or anything. The receiver was silent. Did Shion get mad again and hang up? Hey, Shion, hello? Kei-chan. What? What should I do? Shion's tiny, confused voice sounded like it belonged to a different person than the one yelling a few seconds ago. What's wrong? Tell me. We're not keeping secrets from each other, right? Shion hesitated for a long while, but then she confessed. I'm sorry. Well, I didn't mean to hide it. It was just that, well, the conversation got turned around and we're on the same side, right? I won't get mad, so tell me honestly. Shion still hesitated for a few moments. Then in a resigned voice, she continued. Only in Kimiyoshi, I told him everything. Shion seemed to think I would yell at her right after she said that, so I heard her catching her breath. Contrary to what she thought, I was a real relief. Shion had done the same thing I had when I confessed everything to Rika-chan. So in a gentle voice as I could, so as not to set her off, I responded. Old man Kimiyoshi. He's someone you feel comfortable confiding in, Shion? Yes. He would. When I was little, he was really nice to me. Shion felt the same pain as the rest of us from the mayor's disappearance. She had a different kind of strength from Mion, and she continued. Her voice sounded truly sad in pain. All he did was play tricks on him, but he would always just smile. He listened to everything I had to say. He was such a kind person. Calm down, Shion. It's not like he's dead, right? Don't lose heart so easily. Shion didn't answer. Even as I said it myself, I didn't think we'd ever find the missing mayor again. We probably wouldn't even figure out if he was alive or dead. Shion must have been thinking the same thing. That night, I told the mayor that we snuck into the virtual storehouse. Also that someone saw us and was out to get us. Does the bird how absurdly Takano-san and Tomitake-san died? Yes, he knew about it. I told him that they died by Ueshiya-san was cursed, and that I could be made a sacrifice to calm his anger. I just said it straight out. Right. What then? Old man Kimiyoshi didn't get angry. He smiled, and then told me if I was properly sorry about it, then there would be no way I'd be deemed away. He was really smiling, and he told me to leave it to him. Until Shion stopped sobbing, I was in it. Until Shion stopped sobbing, I was unable to find any words for her. I couldn't imagine what kind of person the mayor was, nor what Shion's relationship with him was like. Words of comfort, however, mean so much to us that we're about to get crushed by anxiety. Today, Rika-chan taught me that too. Someone gave me such a sense of security were to disappear, that I could guess what kind of shock Shion was in. It's my fault, because I revealed everything. Stop it, Shion. It's not your fault. No! It is my fault! I told him everything. Old man Kimiyoshi found out about everything. So, he has to have been killed. It was right after I told him, after all. He disappeared the same night that I confessed and told me everything was going to be alright. He found out. So we became involved. I should have never told him. All this should have been just been our fault. Only the four of us. It wasn't something I should have told someone else. He got killed because I told him. He got killed because he knew. He got killed because I revealed it. Hey, stop. If they were doing that, then they obviously would have killed you before killing the mayor. The order is all wrong. You or I should have been killed first. Why the hell would someone else get killed first? No, it's in order. It must have been planning to kill us last of all. What? What? You're not killing the first people who come to mind. You're still killing by those who we're close to. And then they cause us so much pain, they kill us. They must be them. Let me reread that. They're not killing the first people who come to mind. They start killing those who we're close to. And then after they cause so much pain, they kill us. That must have been what they're doing. I said calm down. Shion, you're in shock. You're panicking. The mayor's disappearance has nothing to do with you. It's unconnected. It's not related to Takano-san and Tomitaki-san dying at all either. My words came out as a scream, as if I were shouting them at myself. No! It's all connected. It just has to be. I told him, so he was killed. He got killed because he knew. I confessed it to him, so he got killed. She repeated the same thing as before, as though she was in a delirium. Despite my trying to console the crazy Mion, for some reason the shadow at my feet began to freeze. From that shadow, a cold arm reached out, so cold it seemed like it would freeze even my heart just by touching me, and it grabbed my ankle. The heat generated by my body, the arm was absorbing it. It was horrible, chill, a freezing cold, numbingly frigid. It was unviable, chill of fear. Though I sympathized with Mion, I had been naive into thinking that it was only something she had to worry about. In my head, Shion's eerie words repeated again and again. He was killed because I told him. He was killed because he found out. I confessed everything. So he was killed. Those words echoed through my head like a monotone mantra, and finally, those even repetition took on meaning. The quiet shaking that had already overtaken me turned to the violent shudder that shot up my spine. Rika-chan! It's Rika-chan! What? What did you say just now? Well, the truth is, I told her about it. I told Rika-chan. Today! Rika-chan? You mean Rika-chama? The one from the Furude Shrine. Yes, Rika-chan. I felt so scared and uneasy that I did it. I told Rika-chan. When you did, what did she say? The cat is worrying too much. I'll do something about it for sure. That's what Rika-chan said. And she smiled. She smiled, just like the missing mare that had when he encouraged Shion. I'm sorry, Shion. I'm a bit worried about Rika-chan. Alright! If you're that concerned, then don't worry about me. Please, go find out whether she's safe. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll call you again tomorrow at the same time. When I do, you will know I'm still alright. I got it. I'll be waiting. Okay, bye. Sorry, I'm hanging up. I put down the receiver without waiting for Shion to say goodbye. The danger to Shion and myself was secondary at this point. My sixth sense was blaring alarms in my head. I don't like this feeling. It's really bad. It's definitely bad. Damn it. Please be safe. Rika-chan. And that's the end of the chapter. Woo! Well, yeah, that was a very shaking read. I didn't have any water with myself, so I messed up quite a lot. I didn't mess up as much as normal, but okay, let's read the 2 tips real quick because we still have some time. Alright, so, we're getting to the climax of this story, and the mystery is building. Why did the mayor disappear instead of Shion and Keiichi? Well, we'll figure out in the next chapter, but first off, let's read the tips before ending this chapter. Episode. Alright, scrapbook 8? I think it was 8. The Three Families in Modern Times. As previously described, the Three Families Council today is a mere shell democracy. In reality, it's a dictatorship run by the Sonozaki family. Both the Kimiyoshi and Furude families are far from the former glory, and it doesn't seem like they have maintained their ancient traditions. Only the Sonozaki families retained their glory from the past and inherited very colorful traditions that... Wow, I said very colorful traditions. English! Only the Sonozaki families retain their glory from the past and has inherited many colorful traditions from the age known as Okinafuchi village. Even the most recent, verifiable example of Watanagashi that occurred at the end of the Meiji era seems to have been done under the orders of the Sonozaki family. referred to the three families' genealogical tree from the late Meiji. After the start of the Meiji era, the Sonozaki family wanted to push the development of Himizawa village, so they took a strong role in leadership. During the Dam Wars a few years ago, the Kimiyoshi family served as the chair of the opposition alliance, but it was in the name only. In actuality, the Sonozaki family regained as leader behind the scenes. People began to people be- people whispered that perhaps the Kimiyoshi family dictated absent oppositions that should be publicized, and the Somozaki family enacted those which could not. Even Himizawa, they whispered that during the multitude of unsettling incidents reported during the dam protests, such as the kidnapping of the famous head of the Ministry of Constellation's son, could read slower. Read slower, Micaityl. You guys are typing that down in the comments. Read slower. I'm trying, man. Even the Himizawa, they whispered that the multitude of unsettling incidents reported during the dam protests, such as the kidnapping of this famous head of the Ministry of Construction's son, had been carried out by the Sonozakis. Additionally, that they say that perhaps the Sonozaki family's secret maneuvering was responsible for the serious serial freak death. Additionally, they said that perhaps the Sonozaki family's secret maneuvering was responsible for the serious serial freak death incidents that have continuously occurred in the recent years as well. The serial freak death incidents are without a doubt the second coming of the traditional Watanagashi. They must be enacting the Watanagashi on the day of the original Watanagashi, which is falling to the level of ordinary village festival, in order to remind the villagers that the holy lost in Okadofuchi village. It's safe to assert that they are exploring the Sonozaki family in the fastest route for researching it today. If I can expose the contents of the Furude Shrine storehouse, I like to narrow my research target to the Sonozaki family next. The Sonozaki is strictly guarded by the security cameras on the premises, but thankfully I become acquainted with the sisters, Mion, next here, and Shion. I want this to be a breakthrough so that I connect I want this to be a breakthrough I can connect in my next line of research. I cannot read. I apologize. So let's read the next part because I obviously do not know how to read. So let's read more so that I can learn. No, don't worry about it. You see, when you order the Odin here, for some reason it ends up with the annual invoice of our gas contracts. So don't be shy and have another drink. The man, red-faced, waved his hand to say that he has had enough, and disappeared into the brilliant neon lights in front of the station. Kuma-san, you should be taking notes. The most modest people are the ones who live the longest. Is that true? Well, I don't know about that. Whether or not it's true, I think there's meaning in hearing something that sounds so plausible. Would something like that motive go in for the mayor? Kuma-san, here's what I have to say. The motive has to be strong enough for the person in question. You need to hear how different people value different things. Hey, bartender, give me another mug. Though he'd been suppressing the information, Tomotake's and Takano's deaths were already known throughout Imizawa. All the rumors pointed to them having incurred the wrath of Orishiba-sama for setting foot in the Forbidden Temple, the storehouse for ritual implements. According to the rumors, there were two other people who went in there with them. Shion Sonozaki and Keiichi Maibara. People were whispering in the shadow that those two would be cursed by Orishiba-sama as well. Apparently, however, the responsibility didn't solely fall on the four trespassers' shoulders. Until last year, it was locked up tight, but this year has been changed to a simpler lock. Hadn't that been what allowed the thieves to enter so easily? Those are rumors going around. Have you ever seen it, Kuma-san? I remember it well. I had to go there for quite a while back. Sorry, I don't really remember. It was locked up so tight that it was scary. There were real heavy bars holding it shut. It was sealed up as good as a bank vault. This year, it was very simple and cheap padlock. A lone girl protecting the shrine, Rika Furude, disliked the heavy locks and consulted with the mayor, who would replace it with a simpler padlock. So then the mayor and Furuki... wow, okay. So then the mayor and Rika Furude shared the crime? So then, After the mayor, wouldn't Rika Furude be in danger next? There's a decent possibility. Kuma-san, I want you to contact all the guards we have in Himizawa. Tell them to stick near the Furude shrine. Got it! Rika's going to disappear next. I'm calling it. I'm calling it. Rika's disappearing next. I'm locking in solid, gates shut. That was a spoiler, wasn't it? That was a spoiler, wasn't it? Oh no, I'm sorry. Oh god. Okay, leave a like, leave a comment, and I will see you all next time. I'll try to read better next time, but that's probably less of a possibility unless I have a water bottle next to me. But I still probably read pretty fast, and you probably don't understand me right now. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and Micaityl.